ski. What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy T. And today, I got a video for y'all, Jimmy High Roller. I know y'all know that boy. He make great videos every time he posts. They say the truth about Bronny James playing in the NBA. Now, I just need to see what he talking about in here. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna do too much talking. He gonna do the talking. I'ma just come in and I'ma do my little, you know what I mean? I'ma do my thing. You feel me? Like how I be with your auntie. My fault, bro. My fault. I'm off. I ain't even on that with y'all today. My fault, bro. My fault. But we gonna get into this video, man. We about to hit. No, we not about to, but we on the road to 20K. You feel me? We might be about to hit it. You know, I might. You know what I mean? We might blow up overnight. Y'all never know. But you feel me? Let's get into the video, man.
With the 2024 NBA draft in the books, there is one major discussion that has dominated the NBA space over the last week.
This draft was trash.
Overall pick. It's about the outlook of these teams going into next season. It's about a late second-round pick, and for good reason, because his name is LeBron James, and he's going to play in the NBA with LeBron James. It's a weird and unprecedented circumstance that the NBA has never encountered before. A player who many fans consider to be the greatest of all time playing in the NBA with his own son.
Who said that?
The story's so strange, you'd think the NBA scriptwriters outsourced their work to ChatGPT, picked the most batshit result, and called it a day. But after 2 years of speculation, we now know with certainty that Bronny James will be an NBA player. And right on cue, the criticism of his merits and value as a future player in the NBA have already came pouring in. Scouts and GMs claiming Bronny as a prospect isn't even worth using a late second-round pick on, and that the real value lies in his last name and the leverage it comes with. But how valuable is a second-round pick, really? And is Bronny a legitimate NBA player, or is he only in conversation solely because of who his dad is?
See, look, and let me say, bro, y'all be on Bronny meat, because he averaged, 5 points a game in college? He went into cardiac arrest right before the season started. You know what I mean? Like, his heart was barely working, you feel me? Like, and he came back and played a decent amount of games. He went to the NBA, of course. LeBron had some pull in that, of course. He went to the Lakers, duh. No shit. But that's the thing about y'all, bro. That's what everything that come in life, bro. People get put on. You feel me? You see your friend. He you know what I mean? Your friend scamming 100,000 every week. You damn put me on. What you want? Put me on. Why you want him to put you on? You feel? That's the same thing with Bronny. Bronny getting put on by his father, his pops, the nigga that's supposed to put him on. And y'all hating. Stop hating. Stop being a hating ass nigga your whole life, bro. That'd be niggas' problem, bro. Just cause he fortunate enough to be LeBron's son. Y'all mad. Don't be mad at him, bro. He ain't asked to be born, nigga. He was born, nigga. He athletic as fuck. You can't hate. He play good defense. He's athletic. Be real. They gonna put him in on the Lakers. I don't know what he gonna do, but he gonna get in. He might catch a couple lobs. Fuck around with him. Come on. Y'all telling me he can't be better than Gary Payton? Gary Payton? Be realistic, though. He can be better than Gary Payton. Like, y'all niggas be dick riding, bro. I hate that shit.
Number one on my list.
And I seen some niggas in the first round. I seen like 4 niggas in the first round that average under 10 points.
Today's
dude that went to the Hornets didn't even average 10 points. He went lottery.
Season is in full swing.
Hey, come on, bro. Don't make me mad. Like, I'm not even a Bron supporter. I'm not a dick rider, though. Y'all gotta stop that.
Major leaguer and 3-time All-Star. This is Ken Griffey Jr., son of Ken Griffey. And in 1990, these two did one of the coolest things a father and son can possibly do. They played in the MLB together. And when I say together, I don't just mean they played in the MLB at the same time. They were on the same team. In fact, they weren't just on the same team, they shared the same outfield with each other. It's probably the rarest and most badass thing you'll ever see in sports. Making it to the big leagues is one thing, but playing in the big leagues next to your kid is a club exclusive to only these two. And if that wasn't incredible enough, on September 14th, 1990, the Griffeys pulled off something that you will never see again in your lifetime.
An inch back up there now.
They both hit a home run in the same game?
Well hit the center field.
That's nasty.
Devon White going back.
That's nasty.
Left center field.
That's nasty. Oh, they both hit a home run in the same game. That's nasty.
The Griffeys
That's right, Cecily.
were the first and only father-son duo in the history of Major League Baseball. But they weren't the first father-son duo in professional sports. This is Gordie Howe, one of the greatest players to ever touch the ice. He won 4 Stanley Cups, 6 MVPs, held the NHL record for total career points at the time of his
He's playing with no
retirement,
helmet?
and is a member of the NHL's 100th anniversary team. Gordie had an incredible pro career as a hockey player, and yet out of all of his accomplishments, the coolest thing he ever did was this. This is Mark and Marty Howe,
He had
Gordie's
two
sons, and he played professional hockey with them in both the WHA and the NHL for 5 seasons.
What?
Now, if you're thinking, that guy looks a little old to be playing professional sports, you're right. Gordie began his career in the NHL in 1946 when he was just 18 years old.
When his sons
By the
get
time
there.
he retired for good, he was 51. A career that stretched from the 1940s to the 1980s. And only with a career like this can a player even have a shot.
Hold on. Bro, that's like 34 years. He was in the he was in the NHL for 34 years. Yeah, bro. Tom Brady and Bron got some work to do. Hey, somebody call Tom Brady, bro. You ain't done, nigga. Go get back in the field. I thought Tom Brady played the longest out of anybody in the world. Y'all niggas ain't, bro. Bron, sit tight, nigga. You got 12 years left. What you talking about?
At playing in the
What you
league
talking
together
about?
with their son. Why exactly am I talking about home runs and Gordie Howe? Well, because they're awesome, but also because of these two and what they're about to accomplish in their own sport. LeBron and Bronny James, who are on track to being the first father and son duo.
We damn near gotta watch a
play
video on that
together
nigga.
in the NBA, an idea that seemed far-fetched when LeBron first mentioned it years ago, but has now become a reality. But how legitimate is Bronny's spot in the league? And is the backlash towards the Lakers selecting him with a second-round pick in the draft warranted? Well, to answer this question, we first need to know just how good Bronny is as a prospect and as an incoming NBA player. Right now, NBADraft.net has Bronny rated at an 88 overall across their 12 prospect metrics.
88?
This overall rating puts Bronny
Not in
on
fucking
the lower
2K.
end of all second-round picks and future prospects over the last 3 years, but well within range of your typical mid to late first-rounder. Now, here are Bronny's numbers during his 1 season of college basketball. 5
that's
points,
bad,
3
though,
rebounds,
like.
and 2 assists a game.
That's
on
bad. That's a
47,
bad
30,
look.
69% shooting splits. Now, these numbers, especially from a relatively undersized
bad,
guard,
Bronny.
do not scream NBA potential.
Nah.
But for perspective, here are the average collegiate stats from every late second-round pick that played college basketball over the last
I'm saying it's
5
not that bad
years.
compared to them,
And
though.
even when
It's just a
compared
little bit
to
worse.
late second-round picks, Bronny's numbers aren't nearly as impressive. In fact, Bronny is arguably the least productive college prospect in NBA history. Here is a list
Nah, I feel like
of
they're dick
every
riding.
player in the entire history of the NBA to be selected in the first 2 rounds of the draft that averaged less than 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists a game in college.
Let me see.
And that's it. Just 3 players who were selected in the NBA draft with college numbers equal to or less than Bronny's college
And they're
numbers.
getting,
Pair
they
that
was
with
getting
the fact
6
that
minutes
these
a game,
prospects had
7
at
minutes and
least
1
the
minute.
benefit of having NBA frames and physical tools to be potentially built off
One
of.
was
and the
6'8",
case for Bronny
one was
warranting
6'11".
a pick in the NBA draft becomes more and more difficult to make. But to really demonstrate
What the fuck are you doing wrong to be 6'11" in college and getting 1 minute a game? Man, that nigga was trash, bro. He shouldn't, like, what, bro?
exactly where Bronny falls amongst other second-round picks. Here is a chart of every college basketball player selected in the second round of the draft over the last 10 years,
Bobo.
with box plus minus on the x-axis and minutes per game on the y-axis. 298
Brunson was drafted in the
selections
second
spanning
round.
10 drafts. More than half of these players not even in the NBA today. Where's Bronny? He's right here. Most late draft picks, even the guys who go on to not even make a roster in the league, were first or maybe second options in their college program. Bronny, on the other hand, was an undersized rotational player on a sub-500 team. It doesn't take an NBA scout to know that Bronny James's collegiate career wasn't that of your typical second-round draft pick.
Yeah.
But how good is the typical second-round pick? With the rise of second-round sleepers in recent history, most notably players like Nikola Jokic, Jalen Brunson, Herb Jones, and Jordan Clarkson, the potential value of a second-round pick in the NBA draft is about as high as it's ever been. With the help of advanced metrics, the curtain has been pulled back on the value even a solid role player can provide to a winning team. Prospect scouting has gotten more comprehensive than ever before, and these second-round picks have held considerable weight within recent trades around the NBA.
What that say about the Thunder?
How valuable does that truly make them? Gathered from 10 years worth of draft classes from 2013 to 2022, data shows that on average, out of the 30 players drafted in the second round, about 6 of them won't even suit up in the NBA. That's about 1 in every 5 players selected in the second round that will never see a minute of action in the league. Out of the 24 players who do make a roster in their rookie season, about 17 of them end up playing a second season in the NBA. Of those 17 players that are good enough to stick around for more than a few seasons, only about 8 of them will go on to be a role player or rotational level player. Go one step further, and on average, only 4 of these second round picks will become a starting caliber player in their career. That's about 1 in every 8 players selected in the second round.
To be, though.
And finally,
of
the 298 players selected in the second round of the draft, from 2013 to 2022, only 2 of them became all-stars. Nikola Jokic and Jalen Brunson. If we think about the last 10 years of second-round picks on a scale of box plus minus, with Nikola Jokic being on one end and the players who don't even make a roster on the other, then most players aren't in the middle. In fact, they're not even close. Most second-round picks fall way down here, somewhere in between what Basketball Reference would classify as an end-of-the-bench player and out of the league. When considering how to use a second-round pick, the idea of drafting a guy who ends up being a real contributing player, a starter, or even a future MVP, the perceived opportunity cost can tend to outweigh the actual value of the pick. Drafting a player of this caliber in the second round is like finding a diamond in the rough. But giving away a pick or a potential player that ends up being of this caliber would be a mistake that no front office wants to live with. But that doesn't change the fact that the vast majority of the time, these second round picks in the NBA draft go on to be these end-of-the-bench level players. Just out of curiosity, does anyone know who...
What's the ceiling? What's y'all ceiling for Bronny? What's y'all ceiling? Because, like, if you saying, like, he ain't going to come to the league and become an all-star, well... You most likely right, you feel me? It's a lot of people, it's a lot of players that's in that draft that won't see an all-star game. You feel me? It's a lot of players in there that won't see a ring. That won't see a second contract, you feel me? So what's the ceiling? What are we thinking the ceiling is for Bronny James? My ceiling for Bronny James, where I see him, I'm going to give him his ceiling... I give him like Caldwell Pope ceiling. You feel me? Caldwell Pope, Danny Green, like somewhere in that, somewhere in that realm. Avery Bradley, somewhere. You feel me? Somewhere in that realm. That's his ceiling. His floor is out the NBA. But it's a 50-50 thing. Y'all let me know in the comments. What's his floor? What's his ceiling? Y'all like them? Y'all like them ceilings?
The last few 55th overall picks in the draft were and how their careers are turning out. Last year's 55th overall pick has played 1 game in the NBA. Jeez. The one before that has played 23 games in 2 seasons. The 55th pick in 2021
that's my guy.
Is actually having himself
He's a dog
so far. But the one before him is out of the league. The one before that one is also out of the league. He's also out of the league, out of the league, out of the league, was never in the league, out of the league.
You gotta know how to draft.
As a late second rounder, if Bronny can contribute on any level in the NBA, he has already exceeded his draft value. And that's really the proposition in all of this. It would be incredible if Bronny developed into a Davion Mitchell or Aaron Holiday caliber player. But the reality is if Bronny can provide any
Mitchell can't fucking
value
shoot, bro.
to his team,
You don't want to become
him in the draft will have been a great pick. There has never been a player projected to go this late in the draft with any expectations on what they should or will do in the league.
Oh my God,
These late draft picks have historically been reserved for players who might have been overlooked, players who maybe underperformed their potential at the collegiate level, players who organizations are willing to roll the dice on because there's virtually no opportunity cost associated with late second-round picks. It's all upside at this point in the draft. If they don't work out, well, that's typical. If they do work out, well, then they've beaten the odds. And the very large point being overlooked in all of this talk about potential and value to the team and X's and O's, LeBron James has the opportunity to play basketball with his kid in the NBA. Let's just be honest. This is blatant nepotism, a classic case of it's who you know, not what you know. But nepotism has ran rampant in the NBA for decades, and no one cared. Countless players, coaches, executives, owners who got their shot with far less merit than Bronny has. But now here we are sitting around talking about the integrity of a man who's played 21 seasons in the league and his son because they made the most of an otherwise paltry 55th pick in the draft, and the nepotism leaned in their favor this time around. We can criticize.
He get it, bro. He get it, bro. Like, this is what I mean. Like, the nigga just played, bro. He about to be 22 years deep into the NBA. He been carrying the NBA on his back. Like, what the fuck? You know how much money he didn't made for the NBA? And I can't get my son in the league on my team? What the fuck? What the fuck I look like? Come on, bro. Y'all niggas gotta stop hating, bro. Just how, nigga, if your uncle got a job somewhere, you like, get me in. Your uncle can get you in if he the, you know what I mean? If he the manager or some shit, he can get you in. Why? Because he has rank. That's called rank, dumbass. What the fuck? Like, what? Y'all, it's only cool when it work in your favor. That's some hating shit. You gotta stop thinking like, if you think like that, you a hating ass nigga.
This decision all we want. Preach about how this move was a breach of ethics, a slap in the face of the game we love. But then we would all be hypocrites. Because there isn't a man on earth who would pass up on the chance to play in the NBA with his son.
Like, you know,
if it meant pulling a
come on, Brown was probably like,
as much as
if y'all niggas don't draft my son,
last name is arguably the best.
I'm going to Golden State.
That time has also came with equal scrutiny.
What did you talk about?
Seen a late second round get discussed and limelighted like we've seen with Bronny. But we've also never seen a late second-round flyer get completely dissected and criticized like this. LeBron and Bronny have a chance to do something that has never been done in the history of the NBA. And that is worth more than any late second-round pick will ever be.
Yeah, didn't bro come in like second in all the shooting drills? He was strapping that bitch, and he was getting money in the scrimmage. So stop hating. He was hooping. He's a good player, bro. But hey, man, that's the end of the video, bro. Y'all think Bronny gonna be good? Y'all think he gonna be bad? How many years he got in the league? Let me know something in the comments. That being said, my dogs, I'm out.